All right, external versus internal cueing in weightlifting. This video was created because we feel that the general program overview is very commonly spoken about, and it's something that all coaches should have a very good grasp on. So what you see here is taking an athlete fresh off a competition and getting them ready for their next competition. What is not spoken about as much, in our opinion, is the type of cueing that an athlete might receive based on where they are relative to competition. So let's just say they're in this volume work. They're either doing complexes or triples and doubles, or they're working from technique blocks. They're working on technique. And internal cues can be very helpful. Thinking about which muscle groups are doing what in the posture, meaning the setup, or the posture throughout the pull, or the posture in the catch. And focusing on specific muscles or muscle groups is dedicated in this time and very helpful in this time when the weight isn't as demanding. Now, when we get closer to competition, to be focusing a lot on internal cues will actually decrease rate of force production when rate of force production needs to be highest. 1 RM snatch or clean jerk from the floor. So an example is if I have an athlete in the back room and I'm telling them to think about their wrists, elbows, knees and toes, it's probably going to drive them mad and it's not effective and you'll decrease force production. They're thinking about too much. External cues, telling them to do something as if it were like this, or even just giving them the visual of what that might look like, of an elbow high or to get the bar back, is much more helpful. And there's even research to back that. External cueing increases rate of force production, and it's going to minimize the distractions that the lifter has to think about. So an example, very specifically, might be rather than saying, I want your wrists to do this in the catch, and I want you to think about your wrists because you missed your last lift forward, I want you to imagine throwing the bar behind you. Whether you like that cue or not is much less important than understanding the differences here between internal and external cues, and that one will decrease rate of force production at heavy weights and one will help increase force production at heavy weights. So with the American Open coming up and just other coaches getting into the sport of weightlifting, be mindful of the cues you give. A, you're probably using too many cues off the bat, and B, there might be different cues that are helpful at some times versus others. Let us know what you think about this video, leave a comment below, and we'll hear from you soon.